In the grand court of history, two faiths stand face to face, Christianity and Judaism. One claims its founder fulfilled Jewish prophecy. The other says, not so fast. Today, we examine the charge, did Jesus truly fulfill the Jewish Messianic prophecies, or did Christianity rewrite them?
Round 1. What the Messiah was supposed to be.
Before we discuss Jesus, we must remember, who was the Messiah meant to be? Our prophets were clear, a king from the line of David, 2 Samuel 7. Who rules from Jerusalem, Isaiah 11. Rebuilds the temple, Ezekiel 37. Gathers exiled Jews back to Israel, Isaiah 43. Brings world peace and universal knowledge of God, Micah 4.
Yes, and we believe Jesus will fulfill all that in the future, at his second coming.
But our scriptures never speak of two comings. The Messiah comes once, and accomplishes the mission in his lifetime. If a prophet fails to fulfill what he promises, the Torah says he is not from God, Deuteronomy 18 verse 22. By our own standard, Jesus did not pass that test.
Round 2. The genealogy problem.
Jesus was from David's line, both Matthew and Luke show it.
Do they? Matthew says Joseph's father was Jacob. Luke says it was Heli. Two completely different lines. And if Jesus was born of a virgin, Joseph isn't even his biological father. The Messiah's descent must come through the father's line. Adoption doesn't count under Jewish law, Numbers 1:18. So whichever gospel you choose, Jesus doesn't qualify by Davidic descent.
Round 3. The temple, peace, and world change.
Jesus came for a spiritual kingdom, not an earthly one.
That's convenient, but not what our prophets said. Ezekiel described blueprints of a literal temple. Isaiah said swords would become plowshares, not metaphors. The Messiah's reign is real, visible, global. After Jesus' death, the world didn't know peace. The Romans destroyed our temple and scattered us further. The Messianic age clearly never began.
Round 4. The nature of God, the core clash.
But Jesus is God's Son, God in human form.
And that's where Judaism parts ways entirely. The Torah says, God is not a man, Numbers 23:19. Deuteronomy 6 verse 4, the Lord is one. We do not divide him into three or worship a man as divine. To us, the idea of God becoming flesh violates the very foundation of monotheism. If Jesus claims divinity, he stands outside Torah truth.
Round 5. Misused prophecies.
But the Hebrew Bible foretold him. Isaiah 7 verse 14, a virgin shall conceive.
The Hebrew word there is alma, meaning young woman, not virgin. That prophecy was given as a sign for King Ahaz 700 years before Jesus, fulfilled in his own time. Christians borrowed it through the Greek translation, parthenos, to justify the virgin birth.
And Isaiah 53, the suffering servant, it's clearly about Jesus' crucifixion.
Read Isaiah from the start. The servant of the Lord is identified repeatedly as Israel itself, Isaiah 41:8, 49:3. We, the Jewish people, were the suffering servant, oppressed, wounded, despised, yet ultimately vindicated. You turned our national story into one man's passion narrative.
Round 6. Changing the law.
Jesus fulfilled the law, so his followers no longer need sacrifices or dietary rules.
Then he broke the Torah's own rule about prophets. Deuteronomy 13 warns, if a prophet tells you to abandon God's commandments, even with miracles, he must be rejected. The true Messiah will strengthen Torah, not abolish it.
Round 7. The people who defined a Messiah.
Let's step back. Who first spoke of Messiah? Our prophets. Our language. Our scriptures. So if anyone can verify who the Messiah is, it's the people who received the promise. And the entire Jewish nation, from ancient sages to modern rabbis, unanimously says, Jesus did not fulfill the prophecies.
But many Jews did believe in him.
A few did, most under Roman pressure or later Gentile influence. But our people, our courts, our tradition, the very guardians of the Messianic expectation, never recognized him. If the people of the covenant reject the claimant of the covenant, that claim collapses.
Round 8. Christianity's reinvention of prophecy.
When prophecies failed in plain sight, the early church reinterpreted them. The temple became Jesus' body. The kingdom became spiritual. The peace became in your heart. The Messiah's failure became part one of a two-part plan.
That is theology after the fact, not prophecy fulfilled. The Hebrew Bible never promised an invisible kingdom, a dying God, or a delayed completion. Those are Greek and Roman religious ideas layered onto Jewish scripture.
Round 9. The historical verdict.
The Jewish people didn't reject Jesus out of blindness or stubbornness. They examined his life by the standards of their own prophets, and found that the checklist remained empty. He did not restore the Davidic throne, gather the exiles, rebuild the temple, end war, or bring the world to the knowledge of one God. And so, according to the Torah's own law, he was not the Messiah.
Round 10. Final statements.
But look at the spiritual revolution he began. Billions believe in him.
Quantity does not make truth. Many religions have billions of followers. The Torah told us how to test a prophet, not by popularity, but by fulfillment. And until the world knows peace, until the temple stands again, until Israel is united in God is universally worshipped, the Messiah has not yet come.
The Beit Din verdict. Jewish Court of Heaven.
The evidence has been reviewed. The prophecies examined. The witnesses, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Moses, have testified.
Jesus of Nazareth, though revered by many, did not fulfill the Messianic mission as defined by the Torah and prophets. His message departed from the covenant of Sinai. His movement redefined, rather than realized, the prophecies of Israel by the law and the testimony of the Hebrew Scriptures. He is not the promised Messiah.
The story does not end in hatred, but in truth. Judaism waits still, not for a new religion, but for the day when war ends, justice reigns, and God is one and known to all. Until that day comes, the Jewish verdict stands: the Messiah has not yet arrived.